That means I'm live, right? Yes, it does. Okay, welcome everybody. Just going to get this set up here. I got a couple things I got to do. There we go. Welcome everybody to the Mardox Daily Live Chat. We're here today talking about how products and services are reducing in quality but retaining their cost worldwide. With me today I have myself, Nelson Buck, and John Brewer, and to keep in the spirit of things, a ghost that's been haunting me for the last 60 years. So I'm waiting for John to get back here. Obviously, John doesn't know what 3 o'clock is because at his place it's a little different. You can see in the screen down below. I hope this is recording properly. And I have... Just bear with me a second here. Yeah, we're live. You can say hi. Yeah, I did the whole welcome everybody to CBC One. Before we start, let's do a little product review because I think it's really good that we tell our members out there about this. I've been talking about getting a new mic for recording our content and doing our videos for like the last 2 months now, and finally got it today. The mail person actually, oops, sorry about the noise. Oh, yeah. I went and purchased the Yeti Blue. Josh bought the Yeti Snowball. So Yeti is the company who makes the microphone, and this is the Blue Yeti. For the $250, which got the pop filter, the microphone, and the stand that this is sitting on, all together, what really got me really impressed. Now this does fit with today's show. $250. This microphone came with this stand. Now this looks like it's plastic, but this is solid aluminum. The whole thing is solid aluminum. The microphone's aluminum. The stand is all metal. From what I can see, it's aluminum also, so there's no chance of rusting. Even the pop filter, it's really high quality. It seems to be good. I mean, for once, we're talking a $200, $250 investment with taxes. For once, I put money out for something, and I got back, and I went, wow. Holy Toledo. There's settings on the back side, there's settings on the front. It's a USB mic. It's got also a port underneath for connecting the headphones up if I want to go directly to the speakers. But talk about quality stuff for once, and we don't see that anymore. And I was telling John before we got on how I had bought some canned soups on special. But when we open the canned soups and heat them up, they were literally water. They were literally, I took the bowl halfway through the bowl because I was drinking literally soup water. It was that runny. And I got fed up. I took the bowl and I drank the leftover of the bowl just to get over and done with. It was that unpleasant. You know, and it's like there was like 4 pieces of chicken in the cream of chicken soup, and it was just watered down. And John was saying that he's finding products less of it, same price, right, John? The substance. Yeah, and have you been noticing a decrease in value of a product over say the last 10 years? Yeah, yeah. Oh, the manufacturers will tell you the air is there for packaging and protecting of the chips. Look into my eye. Who did that? What was that? Was on what, Lethal Weapon back in the 80s? Look into my eye. It was a big. I gotta say it. Big black guy. It was the chief, I think, of the police department, right? I think, like, look into my eye. You know, like, tell me another story. Pull my finger. But no, but it's true. A big bag of chips the other day. My daughter bought one. It was salt and vinegar. And when I opened it up and I rolled it down, it was 1/3 of the bag had chips in it. You know, I actually do want to start weighing it and get a load of this. One person had told me, when you weigh the chips, you know, say for example 300 grams, you don't get 300 grams of chips. You get 300 grams of chips, including the bag. Yeah, because the bag is put on the scale. Now, I know this because I used to package those boxes of nails. Now, we would zero the scale when we put the box packaging down, and then we would take the handful of nails and put it on until the scale would say, let's say, for example, 500 grams or half a kilo, or in this case, a quarter pound, until it reached that point. But then it was years later I realized, hey, wait a minute, that's including the box. And I'm going to get a very sensitive scale one of these days. I do want to get one and see if it really is the bag and the material. Hello, Belinda. We got one person saying there's no audio from John. Oh, hold on a second here. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. We might have to restart everything here. No, they're not hearing anything. They're only hearing me. What is going on? Yeah, no kidding. No, hold on a second. No, that's not it. Cancel. Did I make an oops? I may have. Okay, go ahead and talk, guys.
Talk. Hi.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can Jerry, can you tell me if you hear John and Belinda now, please?
Yeah.
Write a message in the text. I think I fixed the problem. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's see if he fixed the problem. Jerry, how you doing? Nice to see you at the show.
I'm hoping Jerry David's in there.
Or whoever. Say something, Belinda, please.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Hi.
I'm great. How are you? Shut up, Nelson. I love you too. Hi, John.
Hello.
Oh my God.
He's worse than my younger brother.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I hear all of that.
Okay.
So we're good.
We're online. Okay, so let's start back at the beginning. I'm pretty sure. Okay, Jerry says okay now. Thanks, Jerry.
Right.
It's all this equipment set up, so I'm sorry about that, Jerry. I'm sorry. Thanks for letting us know, buddy. Thanks. But you can join in. You can join in and say how incompetent I am. You know, on Zoom.mardox.com if you want to join in. Okay, so back to what we were saying. I was talking about bags of chips, and John was talking about how he bought a bag of chips. Go ahead, John. Start this over again.
Yeah.
Keep all the racist jokes out, okay? That way, no, people don't have to hear about it.
Oh, here we go.
And I was saying that, you know, you have to watch it. You have to notice that these days, you know, there's like more air and less product in the bags. You know, and yeah, although the bag is the same size and stuff like that.
You went on a rant and said you got gypped, and you went back and you told the person you want your money back, and then you ate the chips in front of the person and. Not true. John wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you do that.
It's your fantasy.
Join in daily, people, and you can win a cup.
Yeah. And
We gotta bring.
I'll be right back. My coffee is calling me. I'll be right back.
Go.
Don't go anywhere.
Belinda.
Yes.
Yes. Did you see the beginning of the show, or did you just join in? And
I just joined in.
oh, okay. Well,
Why would I watch it when I
we've
could
got
be in it?
we've got the new setup. $250 later. No, we're talking about products and the quality of products. Being that, I bought some canned soups on special the other day, and they were literally watery and no chicken in it. It was like 4 or 5 pieces of little chicken, whereas 10, 20 years ago you bought chicken cream of chicken soup in a can, and you had chicken and it was creamy. It wasn't watered down. And we're talking about how the quality of products are the quality's dropping, the price is staying the same, or worse, they're giving you less and less and less and at the same price. What have you experienced?
Same thing. Everything sucks. It's lower, higher prices. Just, it's not what it used to be. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like my own parents, but there's something to be said about when McDonald's Happy Meals or even an ice cream sandwich used to be 3 times the size it is for less than it is now. And pizza, a good pizza, try to find that anymore.
Delicio.
Huh?
Delicio. The brand, Delicio. It's great, especially when you cook it with the cardboard under the pizza. and then eat it. It's true. I did that recently.
Oh
no, not true. What happened was I made a pizza on day one. Yeah, on day one I made the pizza. I took the pizza out, but the cardboard slid off, no problem at all. So I cooked the pizza. The second day, when I went to make the pizza, I noticed it felt weird. So I looked at the cardboard, and I had to fight with it because the cardboard was stuck to the pizza. So I went downstairs and I said to my wife, "Is it okay if you eat the cardboard by accident?"
Oh my goodness!
No. But it was a couple hours. It was a couple hours later. I went through the recycling bin and I found the packaging with the cardboard in it. So I did eat the cardboard. But I wonder, that cardboard that the pizzas are served on, that's got a glue in it and stuff. Okay, the cardboard is pulp basically, but the glue that glues that together, is that toxic for us, or is that like food grade, or what? Did anybody know?
I wouldn't doubt it was any good.
It would have burnt in the oven if it was still under the pizza, right?
I guess. I don't know. I never had that happen, so I'm not sure.
Normally, yeah.
My worst case was I made a pizza. I took it out of the box. It was in a plastic wrapping, and I left the plastic wrapping on. In my defense, I was half drunk. Just half drunk.
Okay.
I'm only gonna go half to hell because of that. Yeah, what a mess. Everything melted. The cheese, the pepperoni, the plastic, the cardboard burned. That was years. That was years ago. Talking about quality.
Yes.
Quality products and service. Talking about quality life. I have now achieved 18 years of living with my wife. I tried to make a joke earlier with her. I tried to tell her, honey, it's been 18 years. Just think an 18-year-long nightmare. And I was trying to tell her it's Halloween, a nightmare. No, it came out totally wrong.
Of course it did.
Yeah, guess what? I am sleeping in the truck tonight. Not in the cab, in the bed of the truck. If Merlin permits me. It's his truck.
That reminds me of wrestling when this guy said something, because he's kind of silly, And he said something, and then he said, "That sounded better in my head."
It does. So,
it probably sounded a lot better in your head.
It was like, yeah, hey, an 18-year-long nightmare. It's like, yeah, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
I can hear the Calliope music just playing in my head right now as you're telling the story.
Once it escapes your mouth, then all of a sudden your brain kicks in, you see. But it's too late then.
Yeah, it's too late. It's just Pixie
does. This should be made into a sitcom, literally.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. So, word of advice, people. Just because it's your anniversary, it has to be 30th of October. Don't say it. Oh, and saying if your kids are born on the 31st of October, do not call them demon children. Apparently that's bad too. One of my buddies did that. His kid is born on the 31st of October, and he says, "I love my demon child." He's no longer married.
Is this kid still speaking to him?
Oh yeah, oh, yeah. Kids as nuts as
Oh,
he is. Uh, you don't call your wife's kid, especially the wife that had to endure this for 9 months, and then help raise it, a demon child. Don't.
You know what, John? They say two peas of pot stick together, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
So it's a wonder he has like-minded friends, right?
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
know,
Wait a minute,
but
that
you
would put
know,
John. That puts
but
John in that category.
Well, John's the exception. He's the
Hold on,
voice
hold
of
on,
reason,
John,
and so
wait,
am I.
John, don't say anything. Hold on now. Hold on, John. Before you say anything, John.
this is blackmail now.
Well, I'm not. It's free.
Did he say blackmail?
Yes, he did. He is male, and last time I checked, he's heavily tanned. Hey, I want white male from now on, okay? Racist equality here, okay? I want someone to give me white male.
You know, someone told me the story today, and I'm trying to remember how it goes. Something about there was this comedian, and he was late. He was late on a job. When he gave the excuse, his boss wasn't didn't care, and he fired him for being funny. I probably screwed that joke up, but
yeah, a better joke than that would be I was on a site. I started doing work for this company, and the guy told me to use a wheelbarrow and move this rock from one place to another, and it had a squeaky tire, went eek eek eek, And at lunch, I went to see the boss, and I said, "You got a problem with the wheelbarrow? It squeaks." So he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, it goes eek eek eek." He goes, "Well, go have your lunch and don't come back. You're fired." I said, "What?" And he says, "Well, I don't want to hear wheelbarrows going eek eek eek. I want to hear them going eek 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 eek."
No, really.
No. Anyway, the point is, comedian, funny, get it. No, but there's a bunch of people in the ER room. Okay,
Oh, no.
a lot of people were sick and wanting to see the doctor ASAP. And this one midget was really sick, and he kept asking for a doctor.
We just got demonetized. Okay.
And the doctor comes out and says, "Look, I have a lot of patients to see, but I'll be back quickly. You just need to be a little patient."
Oh. That's a touchy topic right now. I apologize to any small people out there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, these small people have characters and personalities bigger than ours. You know that, right?
I love small people. It's just a
Exactly.
Belinda's got munchkins living at her house serving her. That's why
I
she
do.
loves
I
them.
love Oompa Loompas. I collected them after Charlie and the Chocolate Park Factory blew up. I had nothing to do with that, by the way.
Chocolate. Let's get back to topic here. Chocolate.
I just got the chocolate
Yeah.
and Oompa Loompas out. What can I say?
Let's get back to chocolate and quality of product. Did you guys notice that chocolate bars have been lowering in gram weight? I remember when as a kid it was like 350 grams for a chocolate bar. Now we're down to what, 85?
If you want the big, huge piglet size Hershey bar, you have to get them through a fundraiser, and of course you're going to pay double or triple that.
No, you don't. You go to the junk food aisle at the supermarkets.
No, here. I mean.
Yeah, the big ones.
The real big size. No, I'm talking about the new size that they have now that schools are doing. This is bigger than when we were kids.
Really?
Yeah, this is not the size you can get at the supermarket like you.
This is like triple D size, right?
This is our dream come true for any chocolate lover like me. But if you're willing to put up your house to buy it,
cool.
Which I'm not.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a fundraiser thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the girls, the Girl Guides. We have Girl Guides here. We're not Girl Scouts, I don't think. We have Girl Guides.
No, Girl Scouts here for. I won't even go now, but
they bring those cookies around that are mint cookies. And
yeah, mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, but it's like I thought they made those. I didn't think it was like packaged from a company. They just like.
Oh yeah. They misadvertised that.
Yeah, because I thought it was Girl Scout cookies or Girl Guide cookies. I didn't realize it was prepackaged by companies somewhere in Japan or China or
So you have a Canadian version of Girl Scouts, huh?
I don't know. She says she was in the Girl Guides, so I don't know if that's part of the Girl Scouts. I don't know. I don't know the structure.
I was a Girl Scout, and my brother was a Boy Scout, but they're not There, if you believe in certain causes, I won't get into that on the show, but now they changed their tune over the years. They're not honorable like they used to be. So I don't even buy Girl Scout cookies anymore because I don't want to support any causes that they have, because they're not what they used to be when I was in it. That's why my daughter won't even go in it, and like most girls do.
Let's talk about let's talk about that tomorrow, because I'm curious.
No, it has to do with a religious, political nature, and I rather not.
Oh, we're not going. That will never show up on this show, right, John?
I don't even want to go there. I don't feel like having that debate.
But it's a shame. It's a shame that these days you really have to look behind the curtain into things.
Yeah, really. Everybody's being bought out, sold, whatever. Yeah.
A guy's house got burned down here recently. He went through the process of installing the pipes in his ceiling, in his basement, and the upper floor, and put those little sprinkler system devices in. If you look at how they're made, it's a little metal piece with a loop on it. It's got a bolt on the bottom. Between the bolt and what plugs the hole for the water is a little glass tube. And that little glass tube is filled with a liquid. That liquid heats at a certain rate and is supposed to shatter the glass. And then when the glass shatters, the plug that holds the water back pops down, and then you got, you got water going, right? Mm-hmm. Just to go show how quality. He bought them from China. They were not made to specs, where the glass tube should have popped at 57 degrees Celsius. It was rated at breaking at 300 degrees Celsius.
You're kidding me.
House burnt down before the system even decided to go, oh, hey, yeah, I'm going to sprinkle everywhere. Not good. Not good.
Oh.
And you really do have to look behind the scenes. Who makes this stuff? China's good at making stuff. It's maybe not just exactly what you expect to get.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, one time I went to save money and get an air truck for my daughter's gymnastics. It was 3 times the cheaper to getting it through the States. Well, this is why Alibaba and places like Alibaba have a bad reputation. You get an imitation of what you're looking for, and it's poorly made.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go with this microphone. I did a lot of research on these microphones. I did about a month worth. Belinda is in the process of getting one also, and she's like, well, I don't know which one to get. So I said, I'm going to get one, and then, she'll get after I check it out. And I had about 5 models in front of me, and it's funny. I was being referred to these other models where people were thinking, well, you don't want to spend $250 on a microphone. Like, why would you want to do that?
Well, it's worth it if it's good quality. It's better than the cheap ones.
They're not. They're just regular microphones. They won't do what you want it to do.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a microphone. You can pick one up at Best Buy.
So for the $5-10 mic I've been using, or the one built into my webcam, is just the same thing.
No. Because the webcam one and one that you get at Best Buy, it's a little plastic diaphragm that moves up and down, and that jiggles, and then there's a little coil inside that moves up and down, and that coil sends a signal to your computer and says this is what's being said. Now this happens really fast, 170,000 hertz, 170,000 times a second, and then we get our audio. In this microphone, there's 3 filaments of gold, very, very thin strands of gold. And that's why it's so expensive. And that's why it's an aluminum body with a metal mesh on top, is to protect those gold filaments. And there's 3 on 3 different sections, so you get stereo, or you get just one omnidirectional mic. But if you go to Best Buy and pick up a microphone, even at $100, you're not going to get this kind of quality. And that's what I mean. I did a lot of research. Why is this $200? Why is the next one above it $500 mic? Like you see some of these microphones in the studios when people do podcasts. They got it hanging down. They got this big bush thing on it, the whole thing. And it sounds really good. The audio is really clear. But it's the technology inside. What we're being sold to as the cheap people that don't know any better, it's crap. It's
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, here, let's do it. John and I did a little test earlier. Here, let's do this. Just give me a second here. I'm gonna say a phrase. Just bear with me here. I just gotta make sure I get the right one so I don't mess it all up. Okay, can you still hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mary had a little lamb. Her fleece was white as snow. You heard how that sounded?
Let Andrew Dice Clay say that one, kidding.
Mary had a little lamb. Her fleece was white as snow. Do you hear the difference in the sound?
Yeah.
Night and day.
Night and day.
Night and
That
day.
was a little plastic diaphragm off my webcam, and this one's the higher quality audio system. So
Night and day.
yeah, but if,
Here,
go ahead.
Night.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, if you ask people like, I don't want to insult Josh. I know Josh got the cheaper one of this. But if you ask people like Josh and stuff, a lot of people go to, well, I am going to assume you don't want to spend a lot of money. I want to buy something that's going to be quality and good and last a long time. I don't mind spending $200-300 on something that's high quality versus spending $50 10 times over 10 years.
See, that's what I was going to say. I was just going to say, I do research like you do, because here's the thing. There are times, and there's always an exception to everything. There are times that I've experienced where spending a lot of money didn't really give me better quality. Sometimes you don't get what you pay for.
Exactly.
Sometimes, I mean, there was an exceptional times where I paid very little and got great quality. And then there's times where I paid a lot and got crappy quality, or not any better than if I would have paid less. Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, most of the time though, if you do your research, on average, you do get what you pay for, in a roundabout way. Now, if somebody doesn't have a big budget and they come to you saying things like, and you don't assume, but they actually ask you, well, what could I get for no more than this amount? Then I could see where Josh would step in and say, well, this is what I got for this amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Within their budget. But if you're somebody like me or Nelson, where we can afford to spend more, and we do want really good quality within reason, price reason, then if it is good, we'll spend it because it's a worthwhile investment.
Now I was worried about buying this microphone because I don't know the brand. I've never bought Yeti before, and apparently it's one of the mid to upper class quality on the market. They don't put out junk as far as I know, but not knowing a brand and going just based on what people are saying to you. And of course, I'm getting a lot of conflicted stories here and there. You always got the one, oh, I'll never buy that, So when I got it and I opened the box, it was like a wow, my wife is not going to shoot me.
Yeah.
Well, there's people that could have had effective mic. I mean, there's always going to be somebody had a bad experience with any brand because for whatever reason, things do happen. But when I look at reviews, I try to see which ones are real, of course, which ones are not just promoting the product, to rank it. Like now they teaching these courses on e-commerce anymore. They teach you how to falsely rank somebody else's product and all that. But the ones normally you can tell the real reviews, they'll have criticism and all that. But I look at overall the average of the good versus bad reviews, if there is any, that helps me decide. I don't just base it on reviews alone. That's just one of the many factors I look at, of course. And, sometimes there's a chance you end up taking on buying something, but what you try to do is you try to strategize your risk, just like with anything else in business, because that's all you really can do.
That's it.
In the end.
The only thing I didn't like with Amazon today, because I bought all this through Amazon, and the only thing I didn't like was I wanted to leave a review on the microphone itself. Because I mean the stand is an aluminum stand, and I mean I have a similar stand for a magnifying glass light just behind my monitor here. It's the same thing. It's like okay, and the pop filter, well, it's plastic metal, and it's a double filter, but it's a microphone I want to leave a message on. But Amazon, when I went to click on leave review, it was only for the stand, the arm.
Really?
And I was like, the company for the arm takes reviews. Yeti doesn't want reviews. They're
Wait a minute. I thought it's every product that's sold has the option to be reviewed. Are you serious?
Yeah, I only saw one. And when I clicked leave product feedback, and then below it was leave package feedback. Package feedback. I went to it, and they're talking about the feedback on how the package arrived.
Well, when you looked up the Yeti mic that you bought, did you see reviews on it? Did you check them out?
Yeah. But when I went to leave a review on it, I had no way of leaving the review. I'm wondering if maybe Amazon has a glitch in their system, that because I bought 3 things as one order, so only left me a review on one thing.
Well, do you have Amazon Prime like I do?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you are you verified?
Well, yeah.
Verified Amazon.
Yeah. Because they send the card. They got to put the code in. They know who I am and all that. Yeah.
I mean, because I don't know why they say verified, but now they do that. So I'm just asking if maybe
they verify your address and phone number so that nobody can say that they're else someone. If I were to say I was Belinda Condell and try to have stuff delivered here, it wouldn't be delivered here. They'd contact you first.
Amazon loves me at Christmas. I'll tell you that, and birthdays.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to me. Merry Christmas to me.
Yeah, I'm the queen customer.
Yeah, Christmas. I tell my family, buy me chocolates or something I can use. Don't buy me junk. Don't buy me trinkets and stuff that I'm gonna leave on a shelf.
Oh no, I always buy everybody. I mean, I do buy people, what we call it, sentimental things, every now and then. But I'm very practical. Yeah. I know I like to get them what they can use, and of course, if they wanted really something that they really had their heart set on, like my daughter, obviously I'll buy that too. But I never want to get little crappy trinkets or things that have no meaning, nothing for them to use that they'll probably want to, trade for something else or whatever. I don't do that stuff. I hate when people do that. Yes, I mean, it's the thought that counts, and I appreciate it.
Personally, Christmas, I never celebrated Christmas between when I left home at 16 until I met Tina. I didn't celebrate Christmas. I really couldn't care less.
I love Christmas. No. I love giving. I've been like that since I was a girl.
No, I love giving, but I believe I can give all throughout the year, including today.
Well, I do give I give all the time, but at Christmas, it's just, well, for me, it's the birth of Christ, but it's also the meaning of being with family, all the special things that you don't get to do the rest of the year sometimes.
Yeah, but for me, that's what was missing. I went through a period of my life where it was to hell with my family because nobody understood what I was doing, or my mom was an alcoholic, it still is, and it's constantly, oh my God, Nelson messed up in his life and it's all ruined. He'll never be a doctor, a Supreme Court justice, or whatever. It's like I never wanted to be that in the first place. I wanted to be me. And
well, I know when you're a kid, you love getting gifts. Obviously, every kid does. But as you get older, you learn. Well, at least for me, I love to give even more than receive.
No. After at the age of 16, I left home. It did not mean anything to me because most of the stuff that I got for Christmas was useless. And one of the things at Christmas, I'm not trying to put down Christmas. I'm going to tell you what happened after. Around the age of 16, I remember getting something, and we did this gift exchange thing, and I paid like $20 for this item, and it went through the gift exchange, and one of my aunts got it, and from a distance, I heard her say to another person in the group, "Oh my God, you could have at least put $20. Tried to. I saw this at Dollarama for like $2." I'm like, oh, geez. Okay, so now it's just about money and nothing else but money. And that's what depressed me about Christmas, and that's why I said to hell with it. When I met Tina, then it changed everything because now there's 4 daughters there, and the Christmas became, again, family and about the kids. And I've always told my daughters, get me chocolate. I love Ferrero Rocher. I love eating supper. But if you're going to get me an actual gift, get me something I can use. A tool, something I'm going to work with, make something with. Otherwise, don't get me nothing, And then you got John sitting here beside us here on this side here, who doesn't do Christmas.
That's right. Well, I used to, but no longer.
Do you feel like telling them why? Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah. As a Jehovah's Witness, we don't celebrate holidays and stuff. And I don't want to, get into the details on the program, but
my neighbor's Jehovah's Witness. Now get a load of this. Across my street, I have a traditional Quebec Christian, and his roommate who just moved in, because they're sharing the rent on the house. He's Jehovah's Witness. So one's saying Christmas tree, lights, gifts, and the other one's saying, hell no.
Yeah, that was because back when my father-in-law still had his small hotel, right? And my wife and I ran the hotel, and it was around Christmas time. I'm the only witness in my family, right? And
everybody else is hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
No, they're Catholic. And, and anyway, you
That
know,
was
there
a
was
good one.
Christmas decorations and stuff like that, right? And a witness, we didn't really know he was a witness at the time, but he was one of our guests. You know, he was a regular. He was a distributor. He came like once every few months, and this time he came. He saw Bibles in one of our publications out in the hallway. So that next morning at breakfast, he cautiously asked my wife because you know he saw the Christmas trees and all that, and then she explained to him that her husband's a witness and so on and so forth. Um, but the thing about it is, and not to like you know knock back whatever, but we get conditioned in this world to think that okay, only certain occasions where we can get together as family and this and that and the other thing. It's like Nelson said a little earlier. Because anytime you
Yeah,
do it,
your internet, your signal's getting a little choppy there, John, but you're still good though. Yeah, but there's time. We come home. My daughters have moved out. I got one daughter left living with us, and that's Tiffany, who's not here today. My wife and I, and I'll eat at my desk, or my wife will eat at her office, because that's where we spend most of our time. The living room, I do my videos in my living room. Nobody's used it in ages. You know, so we're into making a lot of foods and stuff, you know, frozen foods, and I'm thinking about restarting up my garden, you know, to do tomatoes because hey, a little thing of tomatoes, like 6 tomatoes, was almost $9 here the other day. You know, I was like,
wow,
and that puts it at almost $1.50, $1.75 a tomato. I was like, it's ridiculous.
it's crazy.
You know.
Man.
So I'm thinking about restarting the garden back here. I was going to make it a lawn. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rototill it and make it a garden. But there are times I say, hey, I want the girls over. We're going to make supper. We clear off the table and everybody eats. And yeah, it's a nice feeling to have everybody at the house. And it doesn't have to be Christmas. It could be any time, you know.
Yeah.
And then giving. If you want to tell them, John, what you and I are doing today. Now, if you don't say anything, you're gonna sound like a complete dick.
Well, that's the thing. See, Nelson and okay, John, I know with your faith you don't, celebrate holidays, and I understand why. But you agree with this. Regardless, and John and Nelson said the same thing, give year round. Don't wait till just the holidays. And I always said the same thing myself. It's a shame that it takes the holidays for people to advertise, give here, let's make a meal when it should be done every day. And I try to do it as often as I can, don't believe me. But there's just something special with the holidays. And I'm not talking about the commercialism. And I was abused as a kid, so I didn't have the best family either. But there's something, despite all that just I love about the holidays. I don't know why, but it just is extra special, more than what I already do every day, I guess you could say. And so the difference for me with the holidays is I get to see relatives and families that I never get to see the rest of the year for whatever reason. So there's other meaning besides the birth of Christ, of course. There's other meaning, for me, for why I also celebrate it despite everything else. You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
So
of course.
that's,
I agree with you 100%, but society conditions us to rely on those special days for family to get together.
Right.
You see, and it's nothing wrong with it. I mean, we witnesses, we get together lots of times for lots of reasons.
Which person are we going to harass on which city block next week?
and it's like when my kids were little, even these days, if I get, I would see something in the store, and they would like that, and I'd buy it, and I put it on their pillow, and when they came home from school, they go in their bedroom, and they see something on their pillow, and they like that, and I would write little notes or something. And then when they were older, I would go in their room and I see all these notes hanging up, what I had written them before with what I gave them. And that was like very, very special to them.
Yeah. That's it.
And you see, we get conditionalized, and because in the first century Christendom, there were certain events, there were certain times of the year where Christians got together for different occasions and stuff like that. But those were not the only times that they promoted doing something like that. And we kind of get conditioned to where, okay, it's not that time yet. So it's like what Nelson was talking about. Like we were talking about the image box and this, that, and the other thing. And he was talking about this switch thing and stuff like that. And he says he has a switch. He has some that he doesn't need. He's not doing anything with, and they're not cheap. And he's like, "Hey, I'll send it to you. You know, I have to check out the electricity part, take it to the shop." But he said, "Hey, you want it? I'll send it. If you're gonna use it, I'll send it to you."
Yeah.
And stuff like that. He didn't ask when is your. Well, he knows that I'm gonna celebrate my birthday and stuff, but he didn't ask. You know,
when is your birthday?
Yeah. Okay, hold on to your sock.
Mine's December 25th.
September 5th for me. My brother's November 6th.
Mine's December 25th, and my birthday was about 2017 years ago. Give or take 30 years. I lost track.
My brother's November 6th. He's 14 younger than me.
It just went over Belinda's head.
No, I purposely let it go over my head because, like I said before, I've learned to ignore your comments.
I love this. I can tell people my birth date, and they think they know my name, and they go to take the birthday, go, oh, now I got his ID. No, you don't, because I have 4 names, and I'm only using my middle name and last name. No, but no, true story. My full name, when I was born Danny William Buck. And my dad's name is Danny William Buck. And so that's why it's Danny William Buck Jr. And then my mom got pissed off about it when they went through their divorce. My mom said, "I'm fed up with this. I'm gonna. His name is being changed to Nelson." So it was added in as a middle name, and I went with Nelson Buck. So my name is Danny William Nelson Buck.
Oh, so your first name isn't really Nelson?
No, it's Danny.
You've been lying to
Danny
us.
Boy. Oh, let's start singing entire songs. Yes. I'm kidding. Danny Boy.
And Danny Boy.
Hey, my husband's Irish, so I can say this.
What?
To answer your question, my birthday is I was born on December 25th.
There you go.
December 25th?
Yes, ma'am.
You on Christmas. Christmas baby.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
How ironic, a JW as a Christmas baby. That's ironic.
Another news flash, though. Another news flash.
Yeah, Jesus wasn't born on 25th December.
Exactly.
I know his real birthday's not December 25th, but we just happen to say, I get that. I know the history, believe me.
Let's not get into it, because that's going to raise a storm.
But for me, celebrate Christmas is just to remember his birthday.
Yeah.
You know, regardless, and the special meaning behind why we celebrate. That's what matters to me.
When we do Thanksgiving, as far as I'm concerned, I don't care about all the rest of the stuff that's going on. I'm just saying to my wife, thanks for giving me the food.
Right. Yours is in October. You have a Canadian Thanksgiving. And over your head, I know. Just up yours, Nelson. I love you too. Anyway, so and of course here is November.
Love you. Jesus.
You're number 1 in 3 different ways. Now rotate.
And of course, I got to do the standard thing, right? I got to do the standard. To come back with a plate, please, my lady. Could I have some more?
No, get on your knees. Have the plate up high over your head. Say, may I have some more?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have some more, please. Jerry David is going to kill me because he's in England. Sorry.
Oh, Jerry. No, jeez. We're doing Oliver Twist.
Sorry, David. We love you, Jerry. Please don't leave the group, Jerry. You're the last one
Jerry,
standing.
Don't take it personal. We're fair. We like to equally offend every group and everyone. That's our job.
Yes. Going into 2018, our new motto is Mardox.com, equal discrimination.
You bet your bippy.
Yeah, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oliver Twist, that's where it came from. Oliver Twist, yeah. Please, sir, can I have some more? And it's like,
what's that saying about your wife though? Is he that she's that big guy?
No,
More?
no, don't go there.
You want more?
No. You want more? Go wash the bathroom. No, the latrine. Yes.
Oh, question.
Answer.
Language question.
Answer.
When I say, do you have a WC?
WorldCom. Wild.
Can you tell me where or if I ask you, can you tell me where the WC is? Does that say anything to you?
It does. I can't.
WCTV we have.
No.
I'm kidding.
He's talking about. Hold on. Somebody put it in the text, quick.
You might see it. You might at an airport.
Jerry David says watching it in the kitchen. he does hear what we're saying. We'll be nice. Okay, so what does WC mean? I heard it before.
WC is the bathroom, okay, and in England it's like the water closet, okay.
Water closet, yes.
In Germany, here they call it the WC, and it's for water closet, you see. And back in the day, they usually called something like that. But like Americans and I guess Canadians don't use WC either. So
we're gonna give Jerry
we're
gonna give Jerry David 2 points, 2 thumbs up, because he wrote it just as you said it. So that means he heard it, waited 20 seconds, he finally heard it, then he wrote it in. Yeah. So
exactly, because he's from England, so he would know that.
You win the prize. Let me find out where.
Wear your dirty socks.
No. I'll package if you send me your address.
Hey, that Merlin does.
That's yesterday's Merlin fur. You're gonna have a piece of my dog. No. Right now, I can honestly say he's a hot dog. It's 20 degrees out Celsius, and he's a full-length fur golden. So he's like, somebody kill me. I want to move to the North Pole. Oh, geez. I love the dog, but I hate the fact that he puts out so much fur. As telling John earlier, that what I had in my hand, it was just across a couple of the steps on my steps here, because my dog goes up and down all the time, and he's forever leaving fur on the steps. It's like every day I got to sweep those steps. It's ridiculous. A giant dog brush. Anyways, well, we could stay with the theme of the show today and say my dog puts down quality fur.
That's right.
There you go. At least he puts it down properly, you know. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It. Oh, geez. How long have we been recording? I don't know what time it is.
3:48.
48 minutes. I've been enduring Belinda.
Right. You mean I've been enduring you?
Yes.
Someone give me a medal.
Yes.
He came on a few minutes later, so.
There you go. New video will be up tomorrow morning. The new intro video will be done. Jerry, you're the one that made the updated version right now. Let me when I put it up, let me know what you think about it. If you have any changes you think we should add to the new intro video at Mardox. Now that I have the microphone, I can do it properly. You know. Hi, I'm an ex-stripper, an ex-hacker, an ex-millionaire. Who happens to have made money.
A current VS artist. Kidding.
No, I used to be an ex-stripper, an ex-hacker, an ex-millionaire. Now I'm just a bloody loser trying to run a website, not making any money at all. Don't listen to anything I'm saying. And see if anybody signs up. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, we're supposed to do a promo thing today, and we have to do it today, or I'm going to get shot, and I got to do it. If you have a website, and this is serious, if you have a website to promote and you want to get listed in 8,000 plus search engines, directories, and backlink sites, go to submitpub.com, SUBMITPUB.com. I'll have the link in the description below at the end of the video. Go there, add it. It's 100% free of charge. You can add as many sites as you want, and this organization basically takes all the sites that are added and they redistribute to these search engines. I've tried it out, really good service. On one of my websites I tried, in the same day of submitting my site at nelsonbuck.com, I got 12,000 hits. So it was like, wow. And it's free, 100% free. Check it out, submitpub.com. The link will be in the description below. Okay, now that that's said, I got to remember now. We got ad placement in our videos. I got to remember. We got to do a sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the next week, every show we got to talk about Submit Pub. So yeah, going forward. Going forward,
Good information.
yes, and apparently they like the fact that we have Mardox T-shirts and stuff. They're a new business that just started up, and that we have T-shirts and stuff. They want to make a Submit Pub T-shirts. So they asked me about how do I go about doing that? And hey, quality product, yeah, quality products. If you guys want T-shirts, mugs, business cards, pamphlets, directions to Belinda's place, go to Vistaprint. Go to Vistaprint. Now Vistaprint didn't pay us, but I use Vistaprint. Awesome service.
Yeah, they're good. I use them here too.
Yeah,
I use them here too.
Yeah, they're spot on. These mugs that John keeps putting up and I keep putting up. For those of you that haven't seen it, really good quality. You got the new mug, right, John? You got the one with the color. Mine's just white inside. And they all say building a community one member at a time. And John and I, well, mine, I'm using my wife's mug. But those mugs have your name on the front of the mug. Nobody else in the world can have that mug. And why I like Vistaprint is I can have them generate the mug with that name on it and drop ship that mug to that location. It costs a fortune, but it's worth it. It costs a fortune, but it's worth it. Oh, no, I like it because it's really high quality product they put out. I had one problem with one mug. I don't know how they missed it. When they did the building a community one member at a time, there was a white line through the lettering. It's like the printer had a problem printing or whatever, however to do it. And there was a glitch in the printing process. They refunded me the order completely. No questions asked. I just showed them a photo of it and they went, "Oh, all your money's back." No questions asked. Shipping, the cost of the material, everything. And I was just calling them up to say, "Look, guys, there's a problem with it," and I wasn't even thinking of I want compensation. I just want them to know that there was an issue, and it was right away. Here's all your money back. Like, wow. Yeah. How many places do you know that do that, right?
Not bad.
That's it, you know. A few years back, I had one made. It arrived cracked, and they called me to find out how I liked the product. It was the very first product I purchased. They called me. I said, "Well, I got here. It was cracked. I was going to call you guys see if I can reorder it." And again, instant refund, and they reshipped it.
Wow.
You know, so I mean, they might lose a lot of money that side, but they must keep a lot of clients.
They'll make a whole lot more because you don't see that, because these days they give you the third degree and you know, how did you open it and how was it shipped? What shipping service do you use? And
is your golden retriever really a golden retriever? Or is he like gonna dye his hair?
Is that really a dog?
Or is it a cat with a sore throat?
Yeah. And yeah, so it's going, you know, which circles back around to the topic that we had, because you know, getting what you pay for.
Yeah.
You see,
the only other company I want to go with, and I've got the Mardox T-shirts, I got the store set up. The other one I'm going to go through is teatree.com, and that's for the T-shirts. Only because I want my members to go in, purchase, and it gets shipped instantly. I don't have to do any shipping and stuff like that. So that's the only other company I'm going to go with. But I tried T-Tree, and I find their quality of their T-shirts aren't as good as Vistaprint, you know. Okay. But their stuff is also cheaper. I mean, a person can buy, you can sell a T-shirt to somebody for $9 versus this is almost what, $21. You know, so big difference in cost. So it goes back again. Do you want quality or do you want whatever, as long as it fits?
Yeah, because I washed it and it still fits.
Yeah, I know it. It still fits. So like, oh, okay. Yes, I know, Belinda. We got to get the other stuff out. I know we got to get the other orders out. I know that. Don't go there, girlfriend. I do a black woman so good.
I hope one comes up and slaps you 10 times over. Love you though.
Yeah. We got a tent you and your husband can use when you come and visit. We'll put you in the front yard. There's no fence. It's right on the side of the road.
John, we're coming to see you, not him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see John next summer. I'm coming to see you, John. I'm coming.
And John's gonna make a room with an exposed Fritz box.
No, I know.
So that he can put you into it.
But seriously, I'm doing the paperwork next week for my passport. So I gotta go through the whole passport process. So yeah, next summer, John, I'm gonna come see you. We're gonna do videos together. We're gonna do a vlog. We're gonna do a blah blah. I'm gonna come to your classes and film and show people what you do.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, otherwise I got nothing to do. What am I gonna do? Walk around Germany?
Yeah.
Before. Who does that? It's Germany. Jesus. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And for those of you that are wondering why I'm not triggered, I took my anti-trigger medication today.
You should do that every day, though, Nelson.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I didn't take no medication. Those are my wake-ups. Oh.
I should take medication, or at least try different ones.
I had one of those the night before, and I was like, in a half an hour, those wake-ups are nasty. They're basically pure caffeine, and it's like it says on the bottle, one tablet has the same strength as having 4 to 5 cups of coffee at one shot, and it's like bang! It's like, oh, you feel your heart rate goes up, and it's like you're wide awake, and you gotta if you put slow playing music, it actually sounds fast. It really messes you up. I gotta stop taking that stuff. After this,
I told you that a long time ago.
After this bottle, though. And,
oh yeah, after. That's what they all say.
After the next one I buy too.
After all your free refills are
right?
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
let's milk it.
The company gives me bottles. I just got to call and say, hey guys, I'm out. Okay, no problem. Here you go.
I see an intervention in your future.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no kidding. No, I'm not addicted to it. Honestly, I'm not addicted to it. I used one way back when you and I and Josh were online. That was nuts. Certain things should not be recorded. And then one the night before, it's just those nights I gotta be awake. I'd rather take that than drink a Red Bull. I find it's more consistent taking that than drinking a Red Bull.
Oh, Red Bulls are nasty.
Or anything like Red Bull. You drink it and it hits you right away, and then it's like you just drop off. This stuff doesn't. You don't get this poof. You don't.
Okay. I remember the first time I tasted a Red Bull, I thought,
yeah, I don't see why. Kids must not have. I sound so old when I say that. Kids, they don't understand today. When I was a kid, we used to wear onions on our belts because we couldn't do any better. We used to have to use peppers, but we used onions because they were cheaper. And we didn't use the white onions. We used the yellow ones. We had the cheapest ones. You have to understand. We
were so poor. We didn't make our own snow cones. We used the yellow snow.
And that was from a person who had a snow cone yesterday. I'm so old. Time didn't even start yet when I was born.
We were so old that we shared the same shoe for the whole neighborhood.
My buddy Chris and I once said, we're gonna sit on my porch one day, rocking in rocking chairs and going, look at those damn kids over there, those punks. Now that was about 20 years ago we said that, and we should be coming up pretty soon on having to do that.
Excuse you, I don't know about you, but I ain't nowhere near old. No, I'm a young chick. So.
But him and I figure we'll be in around our 50s. I'm already 43. So
50s ain't old.
Shoot. But, no, not anymore.
Yeah. Tell me about
it. Seems old to when you're really little. Everything seems old.
I mean,
but when you get older, your perspective changes, and it's not just because you're reaching that age, but you actually see what old really is. That even so.
John, are you old?
Yeah.
Are you old, John? Yes or no? All I heard was. Okay, you're old. Okay, then what that means is you're already done.
I'm still of fertile age to have kids, so therefore I'm young.
You're only as young as you feel. If you believe you're still young, then you are young. It's all.
I don't believe I know I'm still young because I'm still childbearing years anyway.
No, but, I mean, it's mind over matter. Even at John's age, at 72 years old. You know, if you feel you're 72, if you feel you're 72, you're gonna look and act 72.
I know people who say I'm too old and they're like in their 30s. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah. There was a period of time when I hit my 40s, I was telling people I was in my 30s. Literally, because by telling people that and me believing I was in my 30s, I felt it was in my 30s. Now I feel like I'm
but you're lying about your age then.
It doesn't matter. What are they going to do?
Yeah, it does.
What are they going to do? They're going to go online. Okay, Danny William Nelson.
Yeah, I like to be an honest person, though.
Hold on. June 2nd. And then, let's see, how old is he now? He'd be like, he said 32, so I'm 32. You know, trying to steal my credit history. I got checks. I'm 43.
Yeah, okay, I understand for not hacking reasons, but otherwise you should not lie just because it's, why would you want to lie?
The thing about it is
to feel younger.
No, that's no excuse to lie. There's other ways to do that.
I talk about being old, but to tell you the truth,
hey, sister started. Go ahead.
To tell you the truth, I don't really feel old like what we used to think old was. And I have a lot more get-go and energy than a lot of younger folks. It's like
and more wisdom.
Yeah. Well, that comes with being around for so long.
Right. You can't you can be mature for your age like I was, but you can't rush wisdom.
When I was 40, when I hit 40, I thought, oh my God, I'm already 40 years old. That's standard, I'm 40. God, I'm almost a half a century old, And you say, where does time go? And there was this 21-year-old that I didn't see it, but my wife had to pull me aside after 3-4 days of this. And she had to say, do you realize this 21-year-old is interested in you? And I went, no. And she goes, yes, in a very intimate way. And I went, no, you got to be kidding. I had to go see this 21-year-old and tell her, do you realize I'm married? And she flat out said, that doesn't matter. Oh, 40 years old and a 21-year-old is going, I like you. And I'm like, no, okay, I'm not that old anymore.
Well, here's the thing, okay? Like, I'm 44. I feel like I'm still 20, okay? And on top of that, people mistake me and my husband for our early 20s all the time because we have, good youthful genes. Now, 40 is still young. But to me, the 40 is like the new 20, but we're wiser. Yeah. And I take advantage of that. Cool. But I don't lie. I'm proud of my age. Why should I lie and hide my age other than not to be hacked?
I don't hide my age. I don't want to feel 43, obviously. And I strongly do believe that if you go around saying, oh God, I'm 40.
It's just a number. It's how you are on the inside.
No, it's a state of mind. It's a state of mind. If you go around thinking, oh man, I'm 40 years old, you're going to be 40. If you say, wow, I'm 40 years old, I made it this far. Now, what else can I do? It's a state of mind. That's the big thing. You don't have to lie about the age. It was more of a joke than anything else. But it's how do you see your life going forward? So my wife hit her 50s, and you can see that the attitude changed. I told her, don't be upset about being in your 50s.
I don't give it any thought. Yeah, I don't give it any thought. I said, wow, I'm 53.
Yeah. One thing I noticed with my wife is she has stopped smoking and dropping down the smoking. The actual smoking a cigarette, she's stopped it. She's gone to using vape. And then with that, she's reducing the nicotine controllably so that, she can end the nicotine stuff over time. And when she hit her 50s, I noticed that she wants to do more healthy stuff. And
because also smoking ages you.
I agree, but I don't think it's the point. I think it's, holy shit, I'm 50 and I would like to make it to 100. But
I know that's her reason. I'm just saying it's good that she's quitting for that reason too.
Yeah, and it has to be her choice. I cannot endure smoking near me. I recently found out I'm allergic to nicotine, and how I found out was when someone smokes near me, I start to cough, and it feels like I have asthma, and I thought I had asthma. My wife went over to vape, and with the nicotine in it, there's no more smoke. But yet, when she exhales the vape with nicotine in it, I start to choke up. My throat gets sore and achy, and then I get the feel, And I did some research. I'm allergic to nicotine.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I get an irritation in the throat because of it. And a lot of people are finding that out. You know, and it's genetic. It's not a question of you know, you weren't exposed to breastfeeding or something. You know, it's genetic. Some people are you know, they're prone to this chemical. You know, and a
Right.
test for it would be to get nicotine and put it on your skin, and if it turns red, you're allergic. It's as simple as that. So
Yeah.
based on that, I don't want to tell her you have to stop smoking. I didn't marry her because she's going to stop smoking. I married her because I love her, and with all her faults and all her benefits altogether. Just like I got faults too. John knows how much I get triggered, and
No.
but I applaud her now for trying to stop, because that's going to be years that she was smoking. That's a heavy addiction. She's trying to stop it. You know,
Yeah.
I think that, no, that's
Yeah.
a double, triple, quadruple thumbs up if you can do it. You know, but it's got to
Yeah.
be it's got to be her.
Some people can quit right away. Some people it takes them a while, and it's a hard thing.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, and oh, but as long as you try, you know, I think that's a key point. If you try, you've at least went halfway to succeeding. Even if you failed, you at least tried, compared to someone who didn't even try. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, people look at failing as something negative, but how success comes from other failures. You don't achieve success without having had failed in things, because who was successful in everything that they have tried to do in their life, you see, you
That's
know,
it.
and
That's it.
yeah.
That's it.
I am Superwoman. I'm Wonder Woman.
Well, I've yet to meet you, so when you come and meet John and I in Germany this summer,
I'm Wonder
we'll
Woman
see.
with a laser hose,
Would
or
you?
whatever you
Well,
call it.
I gotta ask you a question. My wife is kind of on the fence me going to Germany. I've been saying I want her to come with me, and she's kind of like, I don't
Yeah.
know if I want to go or not, you know, and that's her choice. But
Right.
I'm at a point in my life where, okay, it's been carry the 18 years now. And obviously, in our first year of knowing each other, if I would have said I'm going somewhere, it would have been, oh, hell no. You know, we're like, you know, we're all everywhere we went, you know.
Yeah.
And then about 10 years in, it was like, if you want to go do something, do it. But I had the impression of, go do it, but I'm not going to be happy about it, you know. And then now, 18 years later, it's like, yeah, if you want to go see John, go see John, and I'll see you in 2 weeks when you come back. You know,
Which is a good place to be in, a
yeah,
good spot to be in
that's
in a
it.
relationship. Yeah.
Because I told my
That's
wife I'm going to Germany in the summer. After the pool work is done, I'm going to take my vacation. We're going to go to Germany. That's a 100%. And so tell your wife to get the food ready. And I told my wife, if you come, we can plan to go to Germany and Estonia. You know, we can do a little trip and then come back. You know, so now she's more interested now. Now Estonia is in the picture too.
Yeah. That'll
Well,
be good
see,
for her.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
I just said that'll be good for her.
Yeah, yeah. And
I'm not trying to throw negativity on this, but there's a two part reason for that. One is that you guys are in a good place in your relationship, and and I hope that is the reason. The other reason could be that some relationships, they become compliant, and it's not that they don't care, but they're not enthusiastic about having you always be complacent, right?
Yes.
Complacent. Sorry, and so
compliant is, honey, make me a coffee. Yes, dear.
I meant to say complacent. Sorry. But I'm not. I swear I can usually speak good English, honestly. But anyway, the point is that it's like the honeymoon stage of your relationship, where, and you always try to make every day spicy and honeymoon, but it's not always possible, obviously, because you're human. But you do your best to keep your relationship, alive and all that, and it doesn't get to that. But you still have those points where you used to not be able to be apart from each other. Now it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that they don't care. It's just that they're okay with it.
Yeah, no, I do care if I go see John, because it does bother me that if she doesn't come with me, it will bother me. But I'm not going to stop. I do want to travel. I traveled before the kids have moved out. I want to go back to traveling. And,
oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, and if my wife doesn't want to come along, that's her prerogative. That's her choice.
I'll say how she could be feeling too.
Yeah, that's it. So. We'll take it one step at a time, but I don't think she's at the point in a relationship where, oh man, you got to go, but I didn't. I don't think that's how it is. You know,
Well,
so
at least you guys are good that way that she's okay if you go. But yeah, I would hope she would go with
yeah,
you.
that's it. You know, it'd be more appropriate too. You know, because it's it's something I would hope to do with her, especially going to Estonia. I don't want to go to Estonia on my own. I want to go with her. For once, she
Yeah.
understands the language. I barely understand it. You know?
Well, it's her heritage. So I would think she'd
Yeah.
want to go to that. You
That's
know.
it. That's it. You know. So I'm learning some words slowly. So
Very
I hear chopping. What are you chopping? Carrots or celery while we're doing
I
this?
no, I'm slapping my desk because it's looking at me.
Okay.
I'm honestly okay, believe me.
okay.
Trying to hit my desk. I can't reach it. What you guys don't know is I'm about 12 inches from the microphone, but the microphone is turned away from the screen so I can sit back from the screen. Otherwise, I look like John. You know, the whole you know, my face is right here. You know. Hey, John, wrap up the
Yes.
show, John. Before I do the promo, wrap up the show.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for another wonderful day of the Mardox Daily Live Chat, which comes to you every day at 3 p.m. Eastern, well, Monday through Friday. And we would love that you do three outstanding things. Please subscribe, like, and comment to the video channel thingy. And will be very cool. But hey, join us every day. Write us, let us know what you want us to talk about, what you want us to stop talking about, and everything like that. Thanks for coming by.
Stop talking about religion.
Really?
So before I hang up the show, make sure to go check out submitpub.com. It's one of our promos. And you can add your website to 8,000 search engines, web directories, and backlink sites for free. Do it today. Do it now. It's free. Can I say it?
God
Free.
bless everybody.
Free.
Toodaloo.
It's free.
Have a great day.
There we go. Now Belinda got to say God bless.